Well, I tell you, I'm really proud of our effort. I think that's as big of a regular season win as we've had since I've been here. Under obviously difficult circumstances, I thought our guys were great. When we were up in the second half, I thought we were great. When we were down in the first half, I thought we were great. We stuck to what we were trying to do, and our defense improved so much in the second half, and I'm really, really proud of our effort and happy for the guys that we were able to get this win.
Chris, how did the defense sort of clog up the middle after getting beat up a little bit early?
Yeah, I think we just talked about they had too many easy baskets, right, John? So we talked about just every guy, kind of like a foot closer, everybody a little bit more in the lane, make it more difficult. They were clearly trying to throw the ball inside and exploit their size and strength advantage. But we just want to be as tight as possible and make it difficult when those big guys caught the ball, make them think about some things and not just have them turn around and just shoot easier shots.
Coach, was there any concern in the early stages of the game that the team was going to have a little bit of a hangover after dealing with the news that Cedric would be out?
Yeah, well, you know what? No, I would say I think it's natural to worry about that and be concerned about that, but I think we practiced really well on Monday and Tuesday, and for a coach, that's probably the more important thing. Just that's you're finding out about Ced, and can you have the energy at a practice, which is the 80th practice of the year, that doesn't seem as consequential. So no, I didn't think that. I thought we missed some relatively easy shots in the first half, and I thought if we could keep plugging away, that we would be in we'd be in the game.
How difficult have the last 2-3 days been in terms of being the head coach of this team at this time?
Well, yeah, I would say it's been a trying time, but we have no crying allowed, and we talked about we were going to do some things in our game plan to make sure that we were ready to play and ready to compete. And the biggest thing is my heart breaks for Ced. He's on his way to probably a first team all-conference year. He's moving up the scoring list, the assist list, and the minutes played, all these different things, and that gets cut short. And so other than really my deep regret and sadness for Cedric as a person, everything else was game plan and making sure that our guys were confident enough to go out and play.
So he might have had maybe those 2 torn meniscus against VCU. He goes out and drops, what, 20?
Yeah, 21. He's incredible, and I think he's done that his whole career. He's a quick healer, but he plays so recklessly, and I mean that in a good way, so aggressively that he's always hurt his body and been able to come out. So he played that, especially the whole second half, where he was really, really tremendous. With 2 torn, is it menisci, John?
I'd say torn meniscus in each knee.
Torn meniscus in each knee. That's good. Okay, and was just tremendous, and that's. I can tell you this, that's who he is. He did that as a freshman, as a sophomore, and throughout his career.
And then to have him in that sort of pseudo-coaching role that he was.
He was great. We pressed one time, and they threw the ball over, and Wright got his first 3. Of course, that wasn't a good play, and he changed our pressure setup and how we were going to press, which was a really good call. And he was great. He's certainly a leader. He has a great understanding of the game, and he's an asset over on the bench. And I think he's going to be great for Chandra.
How about losing Derek? How big of a loss is that?
Well, it is. I think anytime you have any senior, that time's been invested by him, time's been invested by us. So that's a difficult loss. But it's also an opportunity for Terry, Dion, Alonzo, Trey to have more of the minutes to themselves and have a great impact on this program.
You speak of the game for Alonzo. Shooting-wise, not the best night, but the little things he did, including the big rebound. And
Alonzo, yeah, he was good. I thought, his defense the last 4 minutes of the game was just tremendous. It always is really good. He made a big rebound at the end to get Kendall the ball. He made a really nice play actually on the full court play that made Kloof kind of sidestep and take an extra split second, keep him to his left. So yeah, I thought Alonzo was terrific. He's a defensive presence, and his offense is going to come. He was more aggressive tonight. He needs to continue to be aggressive. You go 1 for 10 one night. You just need to just keep working, keep shooting, keep trying, and I think that'll start to show for him.
You mentioned the importance of this win.
Yeah.
One of the biggest probably here. With the week off now you
Yeah.
have, how much bigger is
Yeah.
this one?
Well, I agree. You know, first of all, we had lost 2, so then to come in and get the win going into a bye, that's big. Now, not having said, I think it was really important for our guys to feel a win. You know, to feel that what we did, how we controlled the game, how we played, resulted in a win without said, and we have that in our minds and kind of in our gut here for a week, and that's you know, I can't quantify how important that is. I think that should really help us, you know, both, you know, next Wednesday and down the stretch.
That
Chris.
last, oh, sorry, go ahead, John.
Thank you. Could you speak of Chandre and
Yeah.
the confidence he seems to bring for a freshman is
Yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah, he's a really good player. I think everybody has seen glimpses and just seen how good he can be. And tonight we saw, you know, a bigger picture. He can really score. He's very confident, as you mentioned, and he's got a lot of things in his game. He can score in a variety of ways. I think he's gonna be a great player, and I think he's really been patient, understanding how good the guards in front of him are, but aggressive. And I think he's really done a good job of, you know, improving so that when he gets his turn, he's ready to go without, you know, being fearful or worried that he hasn't gotten in earlier.
That last offensive possession of the
Yeah.
game, Kendall said that he knew he was going to shoot it. I think everybody did.
Yeah, right,
Just-
exactly. No surprise.
But, I mean, just from your perspective, you didn't call a timeout, you let
Yeah.
him play, just sort of what was.
Well, we talked, I think they called a timeout with about 35 seconds ago. There was about 29 or 28 on the shot clock. And so we knew that either they would score or we would get a stop. And so we talked about not calling a timeout. We wanted to get the rebound and get the ball to Kendall and everybody run the floor as hard as they could, and that I'd be in charge of calling a timeout if things didn't look good. And, you know, I think once Kendall had it with a head of steam, you know, he's worked really hard on his pull-up jump shot, and he was so calm and poised to pump fake there, and made a big shot, which he's not, nothing new for him.
You get this, I'm sorry, you get the sense that Chandre is gonna kind of groom or be
Yeah.
groomed as kind of like how Cedric and Kendall
Yeah.
were when they're in their freshman year?
Yeah, I hope so. I think all year long I've been saying we needed to get him more time, and it's just been hard because Sed and Kendall are so good. And so, yeah, I think he's really got a chance to be a really good player. You know, he's just savvy. He's a point guard who can score. We've had a few of those over the years, and they create a lot of problems for defenses.
Anything else?
What were some of your concerns coming to the game just without two seniors?
Yeah, if you have about an hour. You know, just their size and their physicality. They've been playing really well lately. They have a good record. They're a good team. Endoy has really improved tremendously. So, really, I think their size and physicality was a concern for me.
Was there ever a point when you guys were down double digits in the first half where you were kind of like, can we come back and this type of thing?
Well, it's just so early in the game, you know, and I thought that I knew we could play better defense. They were also shooting at a high percentage. I knew we could play better defense, and I thought that if we did that, eventually we'd get some easier shots to fall.
And I'm assuming the timeout at the end of the game was to set up the defense.
Yeah, we wanted to set our defense, you know, just like we didn't call timeout when we got the stop. I think it's an advantage to the offense. You know, the only question is they didn't have a timeout. But we wanted to make sure we set our defense. You know, we take pride in our defense and being able to play in that situation. And we just figured if we could get set up, that'd be an advantage to us.